a fun activity that's going to help your students learn the beat and patterns and the form of a song. Let's get started. One thing I like to do is use a simple nursery rhyme or a simple song to help my students learn music skills. These activities also help students in a lot of different ways, but mainly we're trying to get them to learn a steady beat, to feel that steady beat so that they can hear it and feel it and show it without the teacher's help. So doing a wide variety of different activities is going to give them lots of experiences so that they can internalize what the steady beat is, and then they will be able to show you, that they will be able to then be the teacher. I'll be using the song Zoom, 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 We're Going to the Moon for this rhythm stick activity. All of these posters and things that you're seeing in the video, they are available on the Sing Play Create website. All you have to do is subscribe for the free resource, but this video also will give you the basics of what you need to use this activity in your classroom. You can find the music on the Sing Play Create Kids music channel. I have a long and a short version, but it's also on iTunes and Spotify, so you can easily listen to it. And there's lots of other versions of this song roaming out there, and you might want to just play and sing it yourself. The first thing I'm going to do in the activity is just have the students listen to the music and feel the steady beat. We'll just be doing it with our hands. It's not time for instruments quite yet. So we'll pat the beat to the music. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. And then we're going to talk about the lyrics. This song is super easy to learn, and so if you're working with first grade and up, you could easily teach them the words to the song while they're patting the beat. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. You can do that a couple times, make sure everybody's got it. Now it's time to get our rhythm sticks. I use a little, this is a holding position for I'm ready. I've also seen this is ready, or just resting, like their baby's resting, ready, or you can put them on the floor. To be completely at rest. It is a good idea to come up with some way you want your students to do what they are supposed to do with their sticks. So they're not, what do I do? And they're not doing this when you're talking. So if we're not using them, they're on the floor and they're sleeping, they're at rest. And then I had them, when I said, okay, now we're ready, they would be ready then to play. So we had sleeping babies on the floor, and then we had ready right here. So choose something that will really help the kids, because most of the students, they want to know what they're supposed to do. And then those that don't respond or they start doing this anyway, you can, it's going to be fewer than if you don't come up with some kind of an idea. That's just a simple rhythm stick activity tip for you. So in this song, what I've done is I've broken it into section A, section B, and then there is a countdown section where they go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The pattern of this song is A, A, B, A. So we felt the beat and we have sang through the song. Now we're ready to pick up our rhythm sticks, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just choose the first action, and then I'm going to have them do that for the whole song. This is just for them to practice the beat. Like I said, the purpose of this activity is to give them experience playing and feeling and hearing how that beat fits with the music and that kind of thing. So we're just going to do one action, which is the first action, and it's tapping on the floor. And it's just tap on the floor. Now, if you don't want them tapping on the floor, or you have buckets or something else, then you can adapt it. The picture just has them tapping down. So you could have them tap their knees if they're sitting in chairs. You know, we're always kind to our bodies and we never hurt them, so we want to be really careful tapping them on our legs nice and gently. And that's a soft sound, which is kind of nice too. The next action that they can do for the whole song, or it's such a short song, just do it for a little bit. Zoom, 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 we're going, it's going around. Zoom, zoom on the beat, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the third action is tapping up high, and they're tapping the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll take the 3 different patterns, which is tapping down, tapping around, tapping up, and we'll do those through the whole song. And then for the countdown, I had them just tap in the middle. 10, 9, 8. And then you want to come up with something they can do when it says lift off. So do you want them to go lift off, or they can go lift off, around in a circle. You could choose something fun for them to do on that liftoff part. That may be enough for one lesson. You know, it might be time to move on because you've practiced the beat, you've sang the song, and you've played the beat 3 different ways and talked about the song. So it might be time to then save the rest of it, putting it in the pattern and in the form of the song for the next class time. So that would be totally fine. You have to see the age of your children and move at the pace that they're moving and go with the flow. It also might be that if you're doing this with 4-year-olds, they're not probably going to be able to do all the patterns, so this would be the full activity. They're just going to play their rhythm sticks different ways to the beat. And that's going to work just fine too. This would be great for just in preschool. Just use one of the actions for the whole song. So next we're putting the patterns together. In the A section, we're going to play 4 beats down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I do the circle, I think about, I'm imagining tapping at the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That might help your student, or you can tap up, it doesn't matter, one way or the other. Just imagine tapping, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's the A section, and then we repeat the A section 2 times. So then I would count it out with them before I turn on the music. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have the B section, and that's all up here is 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the A section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, you're going to go much slower. I'm just giving you an overview so that when you have the materials, you'll know what the signs mean and how you could teach it to your class. And then the lift off, we're just going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, and tap on across 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Lift off, you can do that again. Here's how it looks.
Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there very soon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard the rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off!
If you're doing this with a little bit older students, like let's say they're in 3rd grade, you could have them make up their own patterns to each section of the song. So what will you do in the A section? What do you want to do in the B section? And what should we do for the countdown? You could write those ideas on the board or have them put them on a piece of paper and draw little pictures, and then you could have them share the ideas, or you could have them be in small groups and share their ideas together. There's lots of different ways you could take this as an extension to give them a creating opportunity. It's a super fun song and it will work up to 3rd grade. It might work with your 4th graders. It just depends on your students. But if you do it with the older grade, you will need to have some of these extensions, like giving them some challenges on ways that they can create and make it a little more complicated for them than just doing a simple rhythm routine to a nursery rhyme. But if you take them on the journey from the beginning to the end, and then you're going to challenge them, put them in small groups and say, okay, now you guys come up with your own zoom, zoom, zoom movements and write the patterns, that's going to be perfectly fine for your upper grades. It's really important to follow the pacing of your students. As I said, you could take this activity and the first class you could just sing it. The second class you could just pat the beat. The third class, then you could start doing some of the rhythm stick actions. And then the 4th class and the 5th class you could start putting patterns together. So you could use this simple song over the period of 4 to 6 weeks as a steady beat warm-up in your classroom and mix it in with some of your other activities. So it's giving students that repetition that's going to help them. It's really important with the younger students in particular. It also helps you with your lesson planning because you're not coming up with a different steady beat activity each week. You're just going to take this song and do it in a little bit different way. Be sure to watch the steady beat zoom 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 scarf movement activity, because you could do the rhythm stick and the scarf movement and have that go for a whole quarter of activities, no problem at all. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. I am so excited to hear how you've used this activity in your class. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.
Be sure to subscribe to the Sing, Play, Create Teaching Tips channel. And don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.
Sing, play, create.